Hey guys, so I just watched Sam Raimi's classic film, The Evil Dead, on 4K HDR, and straight out the gate, this thing is amazing. It's the best it's ever looked. I have got a long history with this film. I saw it when I was about 14, 13 years old. It was very infamous at my school. A lot of the kids had seen it, and there was a lot of talk going around about this really scary movie. And one of the first things I ever heard about this film was the scary witch stabbing somebody with a pencil into the ankle. So for me, this movie did have a high interest factor, although it did kind of like scare the bejesus out of me as a kid. So what Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, Rob Tappert, and Gary Holt delivered to us way back in 1981 was one of the most gory films ever released. It was one of those video nasties that was really kind of hard to get hold of. A lot of countries banned it. There was over the top gore in this thing, although, yeah, very dated, all practical, but still holds up really well today. Yeah, it's corny as hell and you can tell it's done on the cheap, but it's so effective and charming in its own way that it just kind of makes the movie really something special, and there's a reason why it has stood the test of time. So there's the basic Cabin in the Woods. It's pretty much the one that set the benchmark for all horror films to come after. And what this one does in the series with Evil Dead 2 and then Army of Darkness and then the subsequent remake and then the TV show, it truly has got a long-lasting legacy and catapulted Bruce Campbell into superstar status. The guy is amazing, and this was his first role in a major film, and he's awesome in it. You can see why everyone loves him. He's just so charismatic. Now, how does the film look on 4K HDR? Like I said, outstanding. So yeah, I had the film on Betamax back in the day and VHS and then Blu-ray. And yeah, the film has always been kind of grubby looking. It's because it was really made on the cheap, though. They had no budget for this film, so what they created was something astounding. But with the 4K HDR transfer, I really didn't think it would look as good as it does. Yeah, there's a fine layer of grain over the top of this thing, unavoidable. But where it really shines is the inky black levels and the HDR. The colors in this really do pop quite a lot. There's a lot of red stuff in this, but also the forest scenes outside the cabin, the greens are really quite very lush. The detail on Nash's clothing, his blue shirt, you can see the details really well. But the HDR just really kind of brings this film to life. It's an old movie, and I've never seen it look so good. And I've seen this one a lot of times. So the aspect ratio to this is 1.33. So you do have the black bars on the side, kind of like old school TV set viewing. But after a while, you don't really notice that anyway, especially when there's a lot of night scenes. The black bars just kind of fade into the background because it's all black, you can't see them anyway. So it did kind of take up the full widescreen aspect on my TV set as I was watching it. Now the actors, yeah, the acting is not great in this film. We got Bruce Campbell as Ashley Williams. Yeah, the guy's a superstar. But in this film, he really isn't quite the Ash that we know and love from the Evil Dead franchise. He is kind of more of an observer for the most part of this film. It really takes a lot for him to actually step up and become the hero that we know and love. But he's mostly an observer watching the action in this one, standing back and really hesitant about getting involved. Then we got Ellen Sandweiss as Cheryl playing his sister. Richard Demanicore, credited as Hal Delrich in the film at the time, playing Scott, his best friend. Then we got Betsy Baker as Linda, Bruce Campbell's girlfriend in the movie, and Teresa Tilly as Shelley, the girlfriend of Scott. So not a big cast, but yeah, watching the film, it has always struck me as being so kind of just cheap and nasty because one, yeah, the acting is not very good in this, and the direction, Sam Raimi definitely is going to be honing his skills later on in other films. So it's a very rough and ready film, but that's part of the charm. This is a cult classic for a reason because everything they do in this, even though it is cheap and nasty, like I said, gels so well. The horror effects are amazing. The special effects, what they create, the makeup is incredible, and like they do not hold back on the red stuff. There is so much gore in this film. It really did leave quite a lasting impact on me when I first saw it back in the day. And yeah, it's just gritty and just so much fun. It's truly horrifying, this first one. It's a scary film. The sequel goes more comedic and horror, and then Army of Darkness is pretty much full-on comedy. And then the remake kind of goes back to what this Evil Dead film presented, is just like a straight up horror film. So yeah, I've got a lot of fond memories for this film. I really enjoyed catching up with it every now and then. It's been a while since I've seen it, but having it released on 4K HDR was a no-brainer for me. It looks amazing, guys. And I've seen some footage of Evil Dead 2 coming out soon as well. And once again, that looks absolutely incredible as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting that one in the collection again. At this stage, I don't know if they're doing Army of Darkness. It's my least favorite of the series, only because I really kind of didn't really enjoy the comedic factor about how far they went comedy-wise. But as a Evil Dead fan, yeah, I do enjoy watching it. But for me, Evil Dead is just a true classic. Even though I do enjoy Evil Dead 2 a lot more, is the superstar of the series. It's a lot of fun, and if you haven't seen Evil Dead 2, check it out. I'll be getting a review up for that one when it gets released. But giving Evil Dead a rating out of 10, it's a 10. It's an instant classic. It's stuck around all these years because it's just beloved by everyone. It's shocking for its time. It was absolutely disgusting in regards to the gore factor. But at the same time, it's just got this real heart about it. You know that the team behind the scenes are just creating something really special, and Sam Raimi became a fantastic director, and he's like successful for a reason, and Bruce Campbell is still trudging along making films and TV series. So yeah, Evil Dead is an amazing film, and if you're a horror fan, check it out. If you enjoy cinema, check it out. If you've been hesitant about watching a scary movie, Evil Dead is definitely one that you should dive into. Like I said, the special effects are kind of dated, so you can see the seams, but it's just done with so much love, and its tongue is in its cheek, so you kind of have that real sense of fun about it. It's a great film. So anyway, guys, that's my review on Evil Dead 4K HDR. Have you seen it? What do you think? You're going to pick it up? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.